Hello class, welcome to the fall semester 2020. I will be your professor, Mike Givens, and I'll be teaching you the Business and Professional Communication course. I've got two separate courses and we will have no in-class sessions for the fall semester due to the corona scare, unfortunately, but we can make this work if we can just abide by deadlines and make sure that you give me strong effort during the course of the semester. This is what I look like, and it proves that I'd rather be in the classroom. I feel much more personable in the classroom than online, but we're going to have a go at it anyway. You can contact me through my email address, which is michael.givens@tccd.edu. That is my Microsoft email address. Feel free to use that one. Or the one below, which is the MyTCC email address. Either one is fine. If you don't want to contact me through the email address, then you can always call me and we can have a conversation, and that's the office phone. I can always reach the office phone through my house. Office hours, or should I say virtual office hours, will be Monday through Thursday from 2 to 5. You should be able to easily access me through the email address or the office phone. That way we can communicate. This is your textbook. It's called Communicating at Work. You don't necessarily need to buy or purchase the textbook because I have chapter PowerPoints that are already online and free to access for the MyTCC Blackboard system. The supplies that you'll need, definitely since 21st century and we got the pandemic going on, everything will be virtual. You will need a computer, a laptop, or a tablet, especially because we're going to present speeches online. You will have to give 2 speeches in this class. The course description is all about career networking. This is not a course to teach you how to start a business. This is a course that teaches you how to get along with others in a career environment. The course objectives, we're trying to develop our business and professional skills, and some of these skills we'll address will be interpersonal relationships, that's getting along with others at work, job interviewing so you can get the opportunity of a lifetime that you would want, small group problem solving, which is a decision-making type of strategy. Sometimes you have to work with others. And then the final thing would be public speaking engagements. Those would be the 2 speeches I was talking about earlier. There is a disclaimer that I have to put on this PowerPoint, and basically it's from our speech department that tells you sometimes students get out of their comfort zone and they don't feel very comfortable at all. They may have concerns or anxiety. If that's the case, I would like to address that with you personally, a one-to-one basis. The best way to communicate is still one-on-one, and I would love you guys to email me or call me so we can talk it out, hash it out, so that you can make it through this semester in a more comfortable type of way. Now these are the assignments that you're going to have to do. We're going to have 4 discussion boards. Each discussion board is only 10 points apiece. You will have to do a cover letter and a resume. You will also have to do a small group project, which will probably be some type of research paper. The 2 speeches you'll have to do will be informative, and the other one is persuasive. The difference between the 2, the informative speech only delivers factual information, no opinion at all, while the persuasive speech provides opinion on your behalf, but you have to back it up with substance. You will have 5 minutes to do both your speeches. However, I do give a range between 4 and 7 minutes. That would be fine with me. If you go over that, points taken off. If you go under that, points taken off. Now you see clearly the last 2 things. You got a midterm exam and a final exam. Both examinations will be 50 points apiece, multiple choice, and you'll be able to get that online. Now if you're a perfect student, you get 690 points, and that's an A. Congratulations. However, what if you don't get it 690 points? Here's your range of possibilities on a grade. very easy for my students to get either an A or a B in my class if you give strong effort. Do the best that you possibly can. Try to complete all your assignments. So a B would be 639 to 589 points. Very good range of possibilities to get the 2 best grades out there. You can see how the other grades fall through with C, D, and F. First and second week, it's time to look at those PowerPoints that I've given you online. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 will give you basic knowledge on how to begin our class. And let's move on over to week 3 and 4. 3 and 4, we got some more PowerPoints you got to discuss, look at, read, review. And some of these chapters will discuss listening skills. It's very important to have effective listening skills. Chapter 4 talks about the difference between verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Those two are the most effective ways to communicate, verbally and non-verbally. Then we're going to come up with some getting along with others, strategies and skills. And then it's time for the principles of interviewing. Now, 5 and 6, it'll be time for you to have another discussion board, and then you'll have some assignments that would be the cover letter and the resume. They will both be due at that time. Week 7 and 8, leading and working in teams. That'll tell you right now, that'll tell you directly that you would have to work with others. Now, you won't have to necessarily work with other people in this type of semester format. It would be tough to get everybody together, but you will have to be doing some type of research paper, researching what leadership is all about. That small group project is exactly what we're talking about. Discussion board, you're going to have a third one during the 7th and 8th week. Let's move on to week 9 and 10. You still have the deadline that you can meet with your small group project, and when you'll have also a midterm examination. The midterm examination is going to be 50 questions, multiple choice, which you will be able to take online. Week 11 and 12, it is time for you to start thinking about delivering your speech. The last 4 chapters of the book will give you guidelines on what I'm looking for. So take a look at those PowerPoints. Get with me during discussion boards and things like that. We can always try to give you information and help you out. Week 13 and 14, another discussion board, and it's time for you to do your first informative speech. The first speech is an informative where you just have to provide factual information. You'll have to do some research. You're going to have to give me 3 sources, and I'll give you some more details about that later. Week 15 and 16, it's time for you to do your final speech, which is the persuasive speech. It's all about trying to convince somebody that you're right. So it's all about your opinion, but you got to back up your opinion with substance. So you will do some research on things that basically collaborate and corroborate what you say. It's all about opinion based on factual knowledge. Then you have a final examination, which you can take either a week 15 or week 16. Final examination will be 50 questions, multiple choice, online. Now, student evaluation. Sometimes you might walk on a tightrope between 2 grades, an A or a B or a B or a C. Well, there will be certain factors that will raise or lower the grade, and we're going to talk about that right now. Attendance is mandatory. That could raise or lower your grade. If you have a lot of absences, then points are deducted from your grade overall for the semester. Lateness and procrastination. If you do not meet your deadlines, if you don't turn in your assignments during the deadline that you have to reach, that's a negative sign of effort, and points will be deducted. So make sure you're mindful to meet all the deadlines this semester. Student evaluation. I do not drop students. You would have to have the responsibility of dropping yourself, and the drop date is Thursday, November 19th. Sometimes students cannot complete the entire semester because things go on in their private life. I'd rather you drop the class instead of failing the class, because if you don't complete all your assignments, then I have to fail you. Make sure you think that you can do all of this, and that's your effective drop date if you need it. I don't think you necessarily need to drop the date. This is an easy class, as long as you follow all the guidelines, such as placing your first and last name on all submitted material you give me. If you send me emails, please make sure that your name is on that so that I can understand who I'm talking to. Sometimes students, they try to provide nicknames and stuff, and it's not on the attendance roster, and it confuses me in terms of who I'm talking to. So place your first and last name on everything, the PowerPoints and such, okay? The discussion boards and such. Now, the department policy is this: both speeches must be completed online in order to pass the class. This is very important. You can do well in everything else. You can do well in your small group project. You can do well on your midterm and your final. But you don't do your speeches, that means you fail. So start getting comfortable. I know the number one fear for people is giving a speech. But I'm just here to help you out. I'm not going to try to destroy anybody's ego. Do your speeches and we'll be able to complete the semester. Both speeches need to be done. And I believe that's it. You had about 11 minutes of a PowerPoint. I also will have a Word PowerPoint document of the syllabus, so you can always refer to this PowerPoint or to the Word document syllabus. Either way, the information is the same. Enjoy the semester, and I wish you well.